You know the fun is coming when the balloons come out. Oh. Now, just don't throw them out in the audience yet. We gotta let the people get ready for the excitement. Gotta let it percolate a little bit. Too much fun too soon. I mean, okay. First of all, as being I think the only person speaking today from Brighton, welcome to my home. So, how you guys all doing? I have to say, as a geek who loves comic books and who do a lot of balloons in comic books, my friends are going to be jealous. And he liked, oh. Now, I do have one more thing back here. Now, people think, when we got our heroes, we got, of course, Superman, and I couldn't resist. I had to make Wolverine. I had to, make the legend himself here. But yeah, now here's the thing. First of all, you guys have been sitting for a little while. Everyone stand up. You're welcome. Okay, so there has been very little motor skill responsibility so far, right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to test your eye-hand coordination. Whenever my hands cross, you're going to clap, okay? Let's try that. No, when my hands cross is when you clap. Okay, let's try that again. Most of you. Now, okay, it's like that, okay? Like that. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, I know some of you are still in high school. Some of you are out, and some of you have been out for a long time. Okay. It's okay. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, that's how you get a standing ovation at the beginning. Okay, you guys can sit down. Thank you. This has been an amazing day already, right? I mean, we've had speakers from all over the world. We've had amazing stories. We've had amazing people who've made amazing decisions. And I kind of want to take it from another direction right now. The slogan that's been on the signs and the slogan that's been on the website is, and if you know the saying, come along, the opposite of a hero is not a villain, it's a bystander. It's not a villain, it's a bystander. Now, a lot of people here, might not know who I am. I'm the balloon guy. I go by the balloon sculptor. You can find my website on balloonsculptor.com. But this is a piece I made for this convention a couple years ago. You got Merlin, King Arthur. You got this seat for the night of all nights. You got a little fireplace. Let's go to the next picture. That's a 14-foot Hulk, and if you look really carefully, that's me behind it in my camouflaged pants. It's actually a puppet. You can walk around. That was at a Comic-Con I did. Next picture. That's a symbol of how crazy I am. I have a weird thing that if you tell me something can't be done, I'm going to figure out how to do it. To give you an idea, for about 5 years, I heard about a record for the largest balloon sculpture put together by an individual. So I decided I was going to go for it. The week before I did it, someone set it at 30 feet by 60 feet. He made a big pink balloon dog. You might see it on Facebook. Yeah, the next week I made a 104 foot by 98 foot long octopus. So it's looking a little sad there because that was after we had to take it outside and put it on hot cement to get pictures taken. So the octopus was becoming octopi. Little food for the dinners. But yeah, so I make big things like that for charities. In the last couple years, we've actually raised over $4,000 just for the right to destroy balloons. So that's a lot of fun. Having a whole bunch of kids going, ee! It's actually fun when you get senior citizens doing it. Ooh! Okay. Next picture. And that's Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. That was made for a museum. Thank you. The reason why I show you those is because I want you to get a little idea of who I am. Because if you knew me 20, 30 years ago, you would never have thought that this is where I was going to end up. Give you a little backstory. I didn't even know how to talk until I was in first grade. Had speech therapy up to that point. Very bad social skills, even now my friends would say. But I was, throughout my life, the kid that got made fun of. For weight, my brain works a little differently than most. I'm 34 and I still can't tie my shoes. But that's just the way my brain works. You give me something like balloons and tell me make it in 3 dimensions? Sure, no problem. Got 3 hours? My brain works differently. But my teachers didn't know what to do with that. And I got bullied by my teachers. But I got bullied a lot by students. To give you an idea, after 3rd grade, I never went to the same school for more than 2 years. But I lived in the same county all my life. I spent 4 years in public, 4 years in private, and 4 years in homeschooling. I had to constantly move around because the bullying would get so bad. I got physically abused. I was often thrown into chain link fences. In 9th grade, and this is what we're going to kind of talk about being a bystander. In 9th grade, right before my gym class, I was sitting in the hallway waiting for class to start. Teacher was in the locker room taking care of something. And this kid came up to me and he was trying to get me to fight him. Now at the time, was part of the freshman football team, bigger kid. He was a small fry, but he knew by reputation that I wasn't going to fight. I was thinking about the future. I knew the college I wanted to go to, if I had that in my background, they wouldn't accept me. And my goals were so much bigger than my own that I knew where I had to be. Well, so I sat there and he started kicking me. He started hitting me, trying to get me to fight him, and I refused. Now, after class, we were back in the locker rooms getting ready for classes, and he snuck up behind me, took his knuckles, and he was in martial arts, so he knew how to do it, took his knuckles and hit me in 3 spots around my vertebrae. Doctor could see the knuckle marks 24 hours later. At first, we thought, well, okay, it's going to have a sore back for a couple days. School decided that they weren't going to do anything about it. He didn't even get a detention. We went through something called peer mediation, as they knew I was on my way to the doctor's office to get x-rays and checked out. But the long and short of it is I ended up missing the next 3 months of school. I had severe back spasms. My female doctor told me at one point it was equivalent to giving birth twice a day, was how high my pain was getting. I would be in places like border bookstores, hit the ground screaming at the top of my lungs. But the hard part of all that is my friends didn't understand. I lost all my friends during that time. My social life was completely gone. I was pretty much in a bubble. Because I couldn't do anything physical, I went from being one of the strongest people in my grade to barely lifting a cup of water. Everything was gone. But all of it could have been avoided. A friend that I had from elementary school, middle school, guy who I had spent a night at his house, he spent a night at my house, we were good friends, was a witness. He was 10 feet away when the incidences started that day. And I was in a hallway surrounded by about 40 or 50 other people. And we were right off a main hallway where there's hallmongers and teachers and everything else walking right by. Any one of those people could have decided not to be a bystander that day and could have changed the way my life turned out. Up to even a few years ago, there's still a lot of things I could not do physically because when the muscles regrew, they grew kind of funny. At one point, they had a TENS unit on my back that was, now if you don't know what a TENS unit is, think electrocution, but controlled. It's little 2 electrodes, and usually it's just really minor. But because of my size, just being a big guy in general, also being in football, they had to have the tension so high that you could actually, where you're sitting right now, you would be able to watch my back twitch. It stunk. But a part of it is you got a choice then at that point. You can be bitter and just sick of the world, or you can look away to help others who have gone through what you've done and avoid that pain. Now, I'm the balloon guy. That's what I do. See, I get to go to places where most people couldn't even dream, and I get to put smiles on people's faces. And I'm going to show you in a minute how all of you can learn how to make a balloon dog, and just with the simplest skill. And really, the one I'm going to teach you, I've taught 2-year-olds how to make. I think you all can handle it. But you'll be amazed just how a pocket with a little piece of latex rubber and just a little looking them in the eye and smiling. And I'm not just talking kids. I've been in juvie jails in Russia. I've been working with kids who lived in garbage dumps and adults who lived in garbage dumps in Mexico. I've gotten to see places and do things But it's so funny. A lot of times at these kind of conventions, we get so amazed with the big things. And whoa, I'm going to have to do this journey, or I got to go do that. And that's great. And I've taken those journeys, and it's been wonderful. But at the same time, don't wait for the big one. It's okay to concentrate on the small things too. Because just a little stuff, a little time, and some days you might not think it means anything. But to someone else, just something a little like that can improve their whole day. And isn't that what Hero is about? It's about just affecting people in a positive, and you have no idea the reaction and the lifetime effect. I've had people years later come up to me and thank me for something that I didn't even remember. So I'm going to show you guys all you can be a hero. Sounds good? Okay, now this is the messy. This is the group participation. I'm going to throw out some balloons, and I need you guys to pass them out. So pass those balloons out. Cameras, this is a great time for pictures. Here, if you guys want to throw those around. There's more than enough for everyone. Take some, pass them around. 200 balloons in the air. It's all good. Okay, up in the cheap seats. There we go. Everyone, grab a balloon. Here, I think the camera needs a balloon. There we go. Okay, once you have a balloon, sit on down. And this is where we're going to see who's actually paying attention today. And no, I don't use pumps, so you're all holding my air right now. Ooh. Just made it more personal, like, ooh, it's his breath. Don't worry, I brush my teeth once a week. It's all good. Okay. So let me show you how we're going to do this, and then we're going to have you do it. So right now, do not squeeze your balloon. Just hold it in one hand. And now this is what's called the 3-twist dog. And if you can't figure out why this is called the 3-twist dog at the end, we might need to do some basic mathematics classes. Okay, so this is the hard part. You bend it. Now don't do it yet, overachievers. You're going to squeeze the balloon when it's the time, and you're going to turn it. Now this is going to be your doggy head. Now you're going to do the same movement again, which is the bend, the squeeze, the turn. Sounds like a dance move nowadays. The bend. No. I still don't know what a nay-nay is, and I don't know if I want to know. So, all right. And then the third time, we're going to do it again. The bend, the squeeze, the turn. And that is why you call it the 1, 2, 3 twist dog. You think you can handle this? Yeah. Okay. Don't say no. You know, there was a show called Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? This should be a show, Are You Can Twist Better Than a 2-year-old? Okay. So 1 second. This is why it's called group participation. We're going to do this together as a group, okay? So, everyone hold up your balloon. Now, first off, this is called the nozzle end. We're going to start from here because if you start there, we're going to have a lot of fireworks. And though Livingston County not allows fireworks, let's not do them inside. So, what we're going to do is we're going to bend. We're going to squeeze, and we're going to turn. Turn in the right, same direction all times. If you had one pop, it's okay. There are other balloons around. We blew up many extras. I got bored before lunch. No. Okay, once you got this far, raise your doggy head. And now, repeat after me. We're going to do some head banging. Okay. This was much cooler about 2 weeks ago when I had hair down to here. So, I can't head bang anymore. It doesn't look right. Okay. Yeah, it's a shame about being a part of the fire academy. They don't want your hair to burn. I don't understand. I think it's the smell. Okay, now we're going to go down a little bit. However long this section is, that will be your neck. So if you want a giraffe, you can have a long neck, but let's all try to do some 3 twist dogs. So we're going to bend again, squeeze again, twist again, like we did this summer. Okay. And now we got that YouTube sensation dog that pulls its body behind him, on the little cart. Hi, I'm Tim. Okay, you said you were confused. You got me. Okay, so let's see. What did you do? This is a thing called a neck. Most animals have them. So, okay. If you have extra balloons, you might want to give it to some people who need them. All right, we're going to do that one more time. The bend, the twist, or the squeeze, the twist. All right? Now here's the thing. If you really are good, you can control the air in your lungs, push it through a hard object and go, there. That's skill. No. Alrighty, guys. So everyone got their dog? Now you guys, really, it's the smallest things that can make the biggest impact on people. So don't just look for the big ways to be a hero. Just look for ways you can just put a smile on someone's face. Thanks, guys.